5 to 9 now. Could your audiobook soon be read by AI rather than a human voice? That is increasingly looking like the future, a very different one from the thought and care that goes into how publishers marry the work of an author with the right spoken voice. It's good news for companies like Deep Zen, which works in this area. Taylan Khamis is its co-founder and chief executive and is on the line. Not so good for people like Rory Barnett, who's an actor and an audiobook narrator. Morning to you both.
Good morning.
We thought we'd start with something we prepared earlier, actually. It's a bit of Dickens' A Christmas Carol. So have a listen to these two versions of the same passage. Here's the first one.
Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name. There it stood, years afterwards, above the warehouse door. Scrooge and Marley. The firm was known as Scrooge and Marley.
And here's the second.
Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name. There it stood, years afterwards, above the warehouse door. Scrooge and Marley was known as Scrooge and Marley.
So, well, the reveal is that it's the second one there that was AI. The first one was Rory himself reading that passage. So, Taylan, it's your company that worked on that passage for us. Tell us how you did it, because it'll be very far from the disjointed voice that most people will associate with an AI voice. Did it go through the software more than once?
We actually work with audiobook narrators, and so the system learns how that narrator specifically reads the text. And then when we compare it, we can actually, with the actual readings of that narrator, there's kind of like 95-98% overlap. So our system is designed from bottom up for producing audiobooks.
Okay, but the system, just to understand this, so the system has learnt, like any AI system does, it learnt from real human narrators.
Exactly. And we also built editing systems, so we can control the emotions, poses, and other parts. So we put some additional human cognitive input into the process.
Okay,
we are slowly actually moving away from that, and the system is actually getting better and better, reducing the need for any human input. Yeah. So the one that you listened is like with minimal and almost no human touch.
Okay. Rory, I mean, it was better than many people would have expected, the AI version of the passage.
I've listened to a lot of examples because we know that they are getting better and better. What are they getting better at? Copying the human voice. And I think in the voiceover world, we understand that AI is going to become much more widespread. Think of virtual assistants, maybe on-hold telephone messages. But audiobooks, I think, that longer form of narration, I think is still going to need the human voice because we are storytellers. It's hardwired in us to listen, tell stories. And AI is going to be able to convey some emotions, but things like bitterness, sarcasm, understated menace. Will a computer really be able to do that? I don't want to give away too many tricks of my trade here.
We get the point. But Taylan, just a brief thought, because we're pretty much out of time. But your attempt to do this is going to take work away from people like Rory.
No, not at all. So it costs thousands of pounds to produce an audiobook. They're like a fraction of the content available converted into audio. The market is huge. What we want to do is to grow the market and bring more titles.
Okay. Taylan Khamis, Rory Barnett, thank you both.
That is it from the Today programme with Michelle Hussein and Justin Webb. I must not crash the pips. Goodbye.